Band of Brothers, episode 10, the last episode of the miniseries titled Points. This is basically almost an epilogue episode where there really isn't that much war or murder going on in this episode. Basically, it's leading up to the Germans conceding the war, and basically what these soldiers are going through is that what do we do next after the war is over? We made it. So then it's all of a sudden you don't think you're going to make something, and all of a sudden you've made it, and all of a sudden you come to a perspective of like, okay, what am I going to do now? So it's a whole new set of fears, ironically enough, about, okay, what are we going to do now? So basically there's a great scene where basically the German soldiers are all kind of like, there's like 300,000 of them, I guess, were back in the day, where they all kind of like conceded to the Americans and the Russians, and they gave up, and they basically, they gave in their red flag, so to speak. And the major is like talking, who goes to the POW camp, German POW camp, is talking to Winters and saying, joking with Winters, is like, we're army men. What are we going to do now? Like, we have nothing else to do now. Like, basically, we've been doing this for our whole lives. And Winters, of course, who is the non-idealist of the gang, who basically is the humanity captain, basically says, he doesn't really see it that way. And it's kind of interesting where Winters is like looking ahead, he's seeing his life ahead, and about having his own farm and his wife and kids and what are all that kind of jazz. And it's kind of interesting where some guys, some of the soldiers really can't deal with it anymore. They just, like, because they've been so institutionalized about the army and being in the army, they don't want to get away. So it's almost like a polarizing reaction. And people say that, I've never been to prison, but it's people who say they've been in prison for like 5-6 years. It's kind of like the same analogy. Half the people are like so need to get out of prison, they want to be in the real world, and half the people kind of like are so used to being in this kind of environment that they don't even know how to live in someone else's environment. So I guess that's what they're trying to say with Band of Brothers, and it's all kind of from the point of view of Winters. And Winters gives the final monologue in the episode, because he really was the main character of Band of Brothers, which ironically enough, he is the turncoat, he is the sellout in his new show Homeland. So basically he's the hero in Band of Brothers, and he's the great villain in TV history in Homeland. So great actor, kind of has that Opie kind of look to him, and he basically tells what all these guys go through. And like, none of them become, of this whole Easy Company, none of them become exceptional people in terms of like, what I mean by that, none of them like became a congressman or like became a billionaire, whatever exceptional means to in the American world. They all just had jobs. One became a taxi driver, one worked on construction. They all became like normal guys, and they had this experience. It's kind of amazing in a way. Great miniseries, top of the line. I know they spent a lot of money, and every money that they spent, as you can see it, is on screen. I love it. That's my review.